Hello, in this video I will share 10 lesser known tips for setting up your OBS. First of all, this video will not cover technical things like which bitrate and resolution to choose. If you're wondering about those or are completely new to OBS, I'd recommend a general getting started video, for example by EposVox. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Disabling the stream preview. Before you go live, you probably want to set up your scene layout. So let's say I don't want my camera to be as big and I want it over here. Then I can right click and click on Enable Preview. Having the preview running requires additional hardware resources, which then might slow down your PC and thus decrease the performance of your game or stream. You can re-enable it at any time by clicking the Enable Preview button, or alternatively right click and then Enable Preview from the context menu. Number 2. Enabling OBS Stats. Click on View, Docs, and then Stats to enable the OBS Stats doc, which you can see down here. It shows several technical stats which can help you diagnose issues with your stream. I highly recommend keeping an eye on this while you're live as well. Number 3. Saving and using past broadcasts for testing settings. So in the case of Twitch, you would go to the Twitch site, log in, click at the top right here, go to Creator Dashboard, navigate your way through Settings and then Stream, and check Store Past Broadcasts. This way, you can just do a stream, talk a little bit, end the stream, listen to your own previous VOD, and then evaluate whether or not the volume levels, for example, are alright. This way you don't require anyone else to set up your stream. Number 4. Using OBS's profile feature. As you can see, I have already set up everything for my own streaming needs. I have my chat here, my activity feed, and the stuff down here. And this profile is also linked to my Twitch account, so I can just easily hit the start streaming button to go live. However, if I go to profile, and then you can see I already have some other profiles here. I have profile for my secondary streaming channel. If I go there, you can see all of a sudden it's a different chat room because there's no more cheese at the top. And it now shows different panels. And down here, as you can also see, the layout is different because it's profile specific. And if I were to hit start streaming here, I would start streaming to my other Twitch channel. So this way you could set up a second Twitch channel to which you stream to when you want to test stuff. And then once you're done, you switch profile and go back to your main stream and actually go live with the real show. Number 5. Using microphone filters. As you can see, this is my currently active microphone down here. If I click on this cork and then filters, you can see that I have 4 filters set up. I have a noise suppression filter to filter out background noise like PC fan or maybe an AC running. A noise gate, so the microphone will only turn on when a sound is of a certain volume. This can help if you have family talking in the background, for example, so that doesn't get picked up. A gain filter, which I currently have disabled, but if your microphone is too quiet and already maxed out in the Windows settings, you can make it louder through this filter. And then a compressor, which will make the loudest sounds a little quieter and the quietest sounds a little louder. That way, if you get really excited when something happens, you won't blast everyone's ears. And if you're super quiet, you can still be heard. All of these you can just, with the previously mentioned tips, test out yourself. Or you can find videos by people with more expertise on these audio topics on YouTube. Number 6. Using an overlay scene. Set up a separate scene for all the things that you want active in all of your scenes. So for example, you probably always want to show follower or subscriber alerts or maybe a stream uptime. I have done this here on this scene where you have, for example, the alerts. We now go back to the example scene, click on the plus, scene, add existing, and then add my scene, okay. And if I now replay the latest follow alert.
What? Why are you here?
Just like that, I have my alerts in this scene. And this way I only need to manage them in one place instead of, should my alerts change in some way, I would have to change them in every scene otherwise. Number 7. Using external docs. If you're logged in with your Twitch account, you will already have a few docs available to you, like the Twitch stats and the Twitch activity feed. However, if you go to your dashboard, you could also get something like the quick actions available in your OBS. Click on the 3 dots, pop out, grab the URL, go to View, Docs, and then Custom Browser Docs, and give it a name and paste the URL here. I already have this, so I'm not going to do it again. And this way you can conveniently have your quick actions available from within OBS. The same also applies to any third-party activity feeds, like for example from Stream Elements. Find the according page, pop out, grab the URL, and then add it as a doc. This way, I can actually replay my alerts from within OBS. The default Twitch activity feed doesn't allow you to do this because the alerts actually don't come from Twitch itself. Number 8, rearranging docks. As you may have already figured out, you can rearrange docks. You can even leave them undocked. But you can also stack them on top of each other, sort of like tabs over here. To achieve this, you take a dock, like let's say the stream info, drop it on top of another dock, like the quick actions here, and then you have these tabs down here. You can also take the activity feed and also have this on top of here. This way I have my stream info available in case I switch the game I'm playing. I can just change my info here, but I don't need to constantly see this, so it doesn't need to take away my screen space. Number 9, resizing sources. As you may already know, you can take your camera and then apply a crop filter like this. And then, I don't know, let's say 150 pixels. Okay, no, that's not enough. Let's say 250. I still want more. That's annoying. What you can also do is you can just come here, hold down the Alt key, and then just conveniently perfectly crop your camera. Number 10, setting up a background image. So if we're streaming right now, until I start up a game, this is what my viewers would see. A mostly black scene with a small face cam. However, if I set up an image capture with an appropriate image, it could look like this. Obviously a lot more interesting to look at. Just make sure your image captures at the very bottom of your sources so that if you start up a game, the game window is actually on top of this image, so the image doesn't block your gameplay. And that concludes my 10 tips for OBS. I will now use this last bit of the video to promote my other content. First of all, as you may have already figured out, I do stream on Twitch over at twitch.tv/skytis. I also post bad puns very regularly on Twitter, twitter.com/skytis, and I have a Discord. Link to all of those will be in the video description.